Alrighty, I'm a little more awake today. Good day to you guys. Good morning. I gotta tell you, what a crazy freaking week. This isn't the weekly wrap up, that's tomorrow. And I want to thank everyone for going there. I want to thank everyone for sharing videos. We're doing great and we want to keep doing better. So click like, click subscribe, click share, get the word out. People need to be prepared. If they're not going to go out and get food, water, shelter, clothing, and medicine and means of self-defense, if they're not going to do that, at least they need to be prepared mentally to see what is truly happening and stop putting their heads in the sand and stop just buying the mainstream perspective. At the very least, get their perspective and get a different one and then compare the facts and look outside and see what's going on. I am first and foremost an American. Or you could say, whatever. I'm an American. I am an American. I am red-blooded. I'm an American. And I believe in the Constitution. I think the founding principles of the country were great. I think they were improved on in some places, and they have been absolutely wrecked since 1933. Actually, they were wrecked back in, I guess, the 1840s. But it's getting technical. Let's not get too technical. Let's just keep some broad strokes going here. I am an American, and I want to see America do well. I want to see you do well. I want me to do well. But I keep seeing action on the world stage that is absolutely phenomenally bad. For me, when I see what we're going to talk about, it doesn't make sense to me because it doesn't help me or you or our country or the concept of freedom. Right? Gibraltar judge rules to release seized Iranian tanker. Well, that makes sense. The English, who are occupying the very southern tip of Spain, that's right, Spain, they're occupying it and have for quite some time. The outpost known as Gibraltar, right? It's still a colonial outpost where the English are flying the Union Jack on European soil. It's interesting. Anyways, they captured the Iranian oil tanker there several weeks ago and have held both the ship and the crew captive. As a response, Iran captured one of their ships, oil ships. And it proved to be an aha moment for the world. Oh, wait a minute. Britain can't just do what they want to the nation of Iran? Right. What makes Iran so formidable? Oh, that's right. Russia and China are behind them. What is going on, right? So we've had this strange Mexican standoff where both sides have taken a hostage and then say, I dare you to shoot. I dare you to shoot. Right? Iran is daring England as much as England is daring Iran. Now, a Gibraltar judge rules to release seized Iranian tanker. What is a Gibraltar judge? If that is a military outpost, this is a pseudo-military maritime admiralty jurisdiction. Is it not? Right. Right. So that's the jurisdiction under which they would be operating. They didn't say it's a UN or a NATO or an English tribunal. No, it's a Gibraltar judge. Judge. Not a tribunal, a judge. Admiralty. Anyways, so they want to release this tanker. But hold on, wait, there's more. Right? Absolutely incredible. The detention is over immediately, according to the judge, but it was not immediately clear why that decision had been taken. Quote, from the minute that the judge made his order, the ship is no longer any compulsion to stay within the jurisdiction. Right? However, it is not clear at this stage when the ship will sail from Gibraltar or whether the U.S. will formally apply to the court to detain it before that happens. Now the United States has jurisdiction. They have grounds. They can use the venue of Gibraltar, a maritime admiralty jurisdiction under the English crown, the U.S. has standing in court? Oh, yeah. Interesting, is it not? The U.S. Department of Justice has applied to seize the Grace 1, the Iranian ship, on a number of allegations which are now being considered, a Government of Gibraltar statement read. U.S. intervention also comes at a crucial moment when negotiations between Britain and Iran were said to be making progress toward a tanker swap. In other words, England has balked. They've conceded, right? They blinked. They were like, okay, you give us our ship, we'll give you your ship, everything's cool. We kind of made a mistake, you know. This is more like double hostage negotiations. It's not really a court hearing. This is about the law of the sea and international piracy on the part of everyone. Every nation claims to own the sea equally. And they can commit acts of piracy against each other if they feel justified, or if there's some rule or some international body says so. But it really comes down to might makes right. This is what this honestly, truly comes down to. And that's why it makes it so frightening for us little people. Is the U.S. wants to step in and take control of an Iranian ship. For the purpose of what? Continuing the tensions between the U.S. and the West and Iran and its partners and allies in the East, China and Russia. Do we need this tension? Is that oil going to make a difference if it goes to Syria? Now, a lot of folks would argue that if that oil goes to Syria, that's a good thing because the people of Syria will be able to travel, be able to farm, be able to conduct commerce. And in other words, the people of Syria can benefit. I don't think that entire tanker and only that tanker is going to go towards the evil, whatever regime is there that's being opposed this week. You know, Bashar al-Assad or anyone, it doesn't matter. Will that help the people? Once again, blockades, tariffs, trade wars, currency wars hurt the people. A government never hurts. A government that can't starve. A government can't be kicked out of its building because it didn't pay its rent or mortgage. The people in government always get enough taxes to pay themselves. And the people who operate government, the high-level bureaucrats, administrators, and politicians always get their cut of the pie first. So governments don't suffer, the people do. And that is what shit hitting the fan is about. It is about how we're going to suffer because of the decisions governments have made. And the decisions that radical groups of people, not a radical person, but radical, violent, politically inspired groups like communists and socialists who have organized and are now in a position to start demanding more at that level. This is incredible. So that our government, operating under the Trump administration, wants to do this to keep this conflict and pressure and potential war high with Iran. Why? The question is why. Yeah, okay, maybe the Iranian regime isn't the nicest. But are they drone strike and drone bombing other countries? I don't know. There's the claim that they support Hezbollah and other terrorist groups. But there are also claims that the United States, England, Germany, Russia, China, and all other countries also support, train, and fund terrorist groups. Why is it that our terrorist groups are better than their terrorist groups? What moral authority does terrorism have, regardless of which side it represents? But what all of them represent to us is a threat to our way of life, a threat to our safety, our health, and our lives, which is why we must be prepared for shit to hit the fan. Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense and a plan. You know, I say it every time because we're getting lots of new viewers on here. And I want to thank you guys for doing that. Continue to like, share, subscribe. But yeah, cut the URL out and tell other people. Look, you don't have to believe in prepping. You don't. But at least get the information so you can compare it and get some other perspectives. My function on here is not to show you which end of the gun is the dangerous one. My job here isn't to show you how to put food in your mouth to survive. It has become my job over the years as host of the channel and host of the Prepared Mind Network. My job is to say, think about it. You're your own boss. You have to think for yourself and come to your own conclusion, because in your world, you are the expert. So if anything goes wrong and you aren't able or capable of making an intelligent decision, you can only blame yourself. Once you have found and gotten information that helps you think for yourself, right? And our job is purveyors of alternative perspectives. Our job is to pass it on to others. And this is how I do it with this channel. And I want to thank you guys for supporting us at Patreon, at YouTube, at the preparedmind.club, which is your prepper store, the preparedmind.club, right? And there you will find everything except, well, no, you can find links to ammunition and guns. You're also going to find links to getting precious metals. You're going to find links and able to buy directly food and other prepper items in the preparedmind.club prepper store. So you guys be very cool. Be very safe. Be very thoughtful about what's going on. Chance favors the prepared mind is yours. I'll talk to you again tomorrow when we do the weekly wrap-up. Until then, right, head on a swivel. Stay frosty.